The who can repeat move puts everyone on notice that they are expected to be listening attentively. They must be able to hear and understand what was said well enough to repeat the idea or put it into their own words. This move is also helpful in other ways. It gives students practice at putting complex ideas into words, and the stakes are relatively low. The student who repeats is getting practice at verbalizing a complex idea. It's often helpful to return to the first student and say, "Is that what you were trying to say?" Often the first student will then say more.
Know one number that's closest to both numbers.
Okay, so what's another way of saying that? Rosaria, nice and loud and clear. Share with us what you think they're trying to tell us.
Trying to say like what number is closer to the middle.
Ah, is that what you were trying to say, Nakia? And me, is that what you were trying to say?
This move also provides time to think. It gives everyone a chance to hear a complex idea a second time, perhaps in slightly different words. Finally, it can have a long-term effect on students' motivation to be clear. If the student who is asked to repeat can't do it, then the original student can be asked to say it again. This can motivate the original student to speak up and to explain their ideas more clearly.
Okay.
Maybe where the ships are is a basin, so all the water would get drained out into the river.
Oh. Can anybody repeat what he just said?
Oh.
If you can't repeat what he just said, are we
Can you
practicing
please
our
repeat what you
norms?
said?
Lucas, can you repeat what you said? Maybe that the ships right now are in a basin, so all the water got drained out into another river.
What do you, maybe you should say a little more about a basin?
Like a basin is like once there was water in there, right? And there could be rivers connected to that basin, and the rivers are flowing the opposite direction from the basin. So maybe the water is getting drained out.
It's important to emphasize that the who can repeat move is not a classroom management tool. It's most successful when you ask someone to repeat who actually thinks they can. Don't start off by using this move as a disciplinary sanction to catch students out who aren't listening. At the beginning of your efforts to use this move, some students may resist repeating or putting something into their own words. It's important to get across that they are allowed to say, "I didn't hear," or "I didn't understand." But they must then ask the person to repeat. After the first student repeats, you follow up by asking the second student to try it again.
Then it'll be the same way.
Ooh. Can someone maybe repeat what Nakia just said? She just brought up a really interesting point. Who caught it? Who caught it? Just Janice and Victoria? Nikki, I'm going to ask you to repeat it one more time, and then I'm going to see who can catch it the second time and really listen, because she just brought up a very interesting point.
That if the volume is different, then the weight might be the same.
I'm going to have someone else repeat it, and I really want to be sure that you heard this point. Tiffany?
Nikia said that if the materials have different volume, they might weigh the same.
Uh-huh. I'm going to have one more person repeat that, because goodness gracious, this is a really interesting idea, and I'm hoping we're going to get a chance to explore this idea. Jordan, you think you can repeat that idea? Because I want to make sure Jaden, John, Dace, and Jazzy, I want to make sure everyone heard it.
I heard she said that the containers.
Did you hear what she said?
Yes, it was just that I got confused.
Okay, well, if you're confused, what could you do? You need help. Maybe we could ask her to repeat it. Go ahead, ask her to repeat what she said.
What you said, please. Nikia said that if
When students are expected to repeat another student's ideas, everyone benefits. The original student is honored by being taken seriously. The repeating student gets practice externalizing a complex idea, and the group gets time to think more deeply about the idea. English language learners benefit tremendously, along with everyone else, when this move is used. The who can repeat move may slow the conversation down, but it helps to establish and sustain a productive culture for talk, while deepening everyone's learning.